Good evening, everybody. Say evening because it's not quite morning. It is about 11:40. Now, the last couple of days have been very busy. Let's see, what all have I done? I've been to my grandson's church, a little play performance that they had a great time. Very fun. It was about it was a chicken story about chickens, and they was all dressed up like chickens, and it was really cute, really good story. I did that. I went over to the VA clinic this morning. Had my blood work done so I can go see the doctor next week. Just a yearly checkup type thing. See, what did we do also yesterday? We decided to go ahead and go spend the day in town and do our bill paying and business and all that kind of stuff. Got back from town, and 4 hours in town is like 2 days of work for me. We had to stop here, stop there, stop here, stop there. Just, man. Got back from VA today, worked out here a little bit this morning, and it got hot. I hadn't turned the air conditioner on out here yet, which tomorrow will probably be the day, or in a little while. And took a nap this afternoon. Can't sleep, so I'm in the shop working. I'll show you what I'm working on in just a minute. Look what I got in the mail today. This is the proper belt drive belt, deck belt for my lawnmower. This belt replaces this one. The last two were the last one they sold me. And I did some research on it, and there was some kind of design flaw with this one. It was a little bit too long, which is what I suspected all along, and it was replaced with this one, which is a little bit shorter, and it's much thicker. The diameter is thicker. Apparently the local store does not have that memo. So anyway, I'm confident this will fix the mower, and I'm going to do that this weekend. I have a little bit more stuff to do to it. It's time for the yearly cleanup and greasing and all that kind of stuff, and I'll probably video a little bit of that. The biggest part is the belt, and the valve cover is leaking again. I put 2 gaskets on it, still leaking. That's a trait of that kind of motor, that motor. So I have a plan to fix that. So I might as well do it all at one time. Take half a day to do that, and another half a day to cut the grass. So I've already put new belt blades on it, so we'll look at that this weekend. Now tonight, I'm going to finish up this restoration project. The machete itself is finished. Let me show it to you right quick. I got it laying over here. Now this is the Dragon Belgium. Belongs to Mr. Morgan. How about that? New handle, walnut handle. You be careful, that thing is sharp. Clean the blade up. Clean it off with steel wool. There wasn't much rust on it, just a little bit. Got that cleaned off, and I rubbed it down with some 400 grit sandpaper. Put it on the grinder, put a new edge on it. It's very sharp. I mean very sharp. And I'm going to put a lanyard on there before I send it out. And now I'm going to sew up the sheath. Got the sheath made. Now there's knife sheaths and there's big knife sheaths. How about that? Got his initials on here like he wanted. Got the big maker's mark on there. Belt loop. Belt loop is double stitched, top and bottom. And now I'm going to sew it up. And when I get done sewing it up, I'm going to dye this one, because I normally dip it in hot oil, but my little pan that I dip in is not nearly big enough to handle this. So I'm going to dye it a dark brown leather dye, and then I'll rub it down with mink oil or neat's foot oil, whichever one, and I'll show it to you when it gets finished, which will probably be tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow in 15 minutes. So alright, let me get the sewing on this, and I'll get the dye on it and I'll show it to you just a little bit, and then I'll mention something else at the end of this video, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, alright y'all, it is 1:35. It's about time for a nap. Let me show you this sheath I got done for the machete. Ain't that pretty? Now this dye I used, it says light brown, and I've used it several times and it looks more like dark brown to me, but it come out really nice. Now I've soaked it down with mink oil. Still a little bit damp, so I'm going to put it on a stick. Let it dry for the rest of the night. And the machete itself, I decided to go ahead and put one more coat of finish on the handle, and that'll be dry by in the morning when I get back out here, or later this morning I should say. So Mr. Morgan, there you go, there's your sheath. Now tomorrow, or later this morning, I'm going to finish up the knife of Eli. The sheath is laid out, a pretty complex thing on that one, and I'll show it to you when I get done with it. And the knife itself is done except for the handle wrap, and I finally figured out how, because they have 3 different colors on there, so I finally found the way to do it. It's all going to be one solid piece of leather, and it's going to be dyed in 3 different places. I had to get some leather dye for that, and Mama's going to help me out with that. Master Sergeant's down right now. He's having a little health problem, so I'm sure when he's able he'll be back, but I've got to get this one ready to ship here pretty quick, and that'll be tomorrow's jobs. Like I said, this weekend the mower, got to get the belt on, oil leak fixed. I'll go ahead and get it cleaned up and greased for the year. The weed eater, I mentioned that I need some of those strings for that special head thing that's on there. 12 strings cut just for that, $9 and something at the Walmart. 12 strings will last me 2 cuttings. That's about it. So I got this, which this string here is the exact diameter of those little short things that you buy. So I figure I could take this and measure it out and cut my own. This is 50 feet for $2.98. So that's going to fix that. And when I get done with the yards, the cutting and the weed eating and all that, will probably be Sunday afternoon, and I'll show it off to you. I'm going to roust up some kids from somewhere and put some of them in charge of helping with all that. But what else? What else was I going to mention? Oh, Father's Day is coming. Don't forget Father's Day. I think I'm going to put up or come up with a couple of packages for Father's Day presents, like a skinning knife and a fillet knife, or a fillet knife and a bait knife, that type of thing. All of it will be reclaimed steel, because I'm all out of the special 1095 order steel. Unless you just want that, I can get some more. But y'all give me some ideas. What 2 or 3 knives in a set would be good for Father's Day? I think a fillet knife, skinning knife, maybe a J-nail skinner. That would be good. Fillet knife, bait knife, a J-nail skinner, something like that. So y'all tell me what you think. What you think dads would like. And I'm going to try to get a bunch of them made up before Father's Day, so I'm not swamped on Father's Day. Wasn't last year, but the year before I was. So let me know. Give me some input. Alright, I'm tired. It's time to go in. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for your support. And I'll see y'all in the next couple of days with some lawnmower working and yard working, and oh, I got the carpet for my boat too. I got a good deal on something, and I think it's gonna look pretty good. Maybe I'll try to work on that. I'll see y'all in a couple days.